This is a slow-moving storm, and it's battering the region with some chilling rain, strong winds in places, and bringing with it life-threatening flash flooding and possibly even a brief tornado. And officials say that the storm is still expected to get stronger.
Our live team coverage of this potentially historic storm continues tonight with reporters spread out all across the viewing area. But let's begin with Kai Goldberg, who's tracking the latest conditions for us. Hi, Kai.
Hello, Karine. Hello, Rick. And greetings, everybody. I hope you're having a pleasant day. I hope you're home safe and sound, because tonight is not the night that you want to venture outside. We've got the rain now beginning to really move through Southern California, heavy in certain areas, isolated, heavier showers throughout many of our mountain communities, some of our foothill areas. Of course, we're taking a good looking live shot right now here at LAX, and you can see they're looking at a good amount of rain coming out of the Santa Monica Bay and making its way in a northeasterly direction up into some of the mountain and desert communities. Here's a good look at that atmospheric river now really targeting much of Southern California. And these are now the hot spots for the time being. Coming out of Santa Barbara, Ventura County, the Ojai Valley, we're seeing some of these foothill communities, yellow returns, meaning some very moderate rainfall, and turning to some heavier rainfall as some of these cells begin to really open up. You can see some of the orange returns. That once again indicates heavier rain. Fillmore now seeing some moderate rainfall, and we'll take you now to the Santa Monica mountain range. From Thousand Oaks, we'll make our way into LA County, Agoura, Calabasas, Woodland Hills, Tarzana, Encino, the Sepulveda Pass, all the way up in towards the Getty Center. Now we'll make our way up over those Santa Monicas into West Hollywood, Westwood, Beverly Hills. They too are picking up some heavier rainfall. And now all this energy beginning to switch slowly in an easterly direction. So areas like Chino, Pomona, Ontario, Laverne, Glendora, Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana, they too are beginning to see some heavier rain. And of course, the rain turning to snow as we make our way up into Wrightwood, as well as much of the Big Bear, Running Springs, and Lake Arrowhead communities. Here's a winter storm warning, a look at it until we get to Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. Really the Grapevine, especially the Pine Mountain Club, Fraser Park, the Tejon Pass, these areas not only are going to see a tremendous amount of snowfall, but very limited visibility, so dangerous conditions. And that winter storm warning takes us up into the southern sections of the Sierra Range, up into Lake Isabella, Tehachapi communities. The winter storm warning for the mountain communities of Riverside and San Bernardino County also in place. And most importantly, we're seeing the flood advisories as well as flood watches lingering until Monday afternoon and Tuesday afternoon as well for most of Southern California. And a lot of what we're seeing in terms of advisories and watches, they will most likely turn into warnings, because it will become more dangerous as the next few hours move on. As a matter of fact, we're going to see the overnight periods looking at a great deal of rainfall and dangerous and possibly mudslides, as well as debris flows that could take place through many of the burn-scarred areas. We're going to continue to monitor the Doppler for you. We'll get into more of the details of how much rain we'll see, snow in the local mountains, and when we'll see an end to this atmospheric river event. Back to you.
All right, Kai, thank you. Take a look at this. Home security footage captures the moment a tree topples in Valley Glen, taking out power lines and also blocking the road there. The tree fell in a neighborhood near Tierra Street and Beeman Avenue. This happened around 3:30 this afternoon. City crews are working to get the tree out of the road and also to restore power to the area. And remember, if you see a downed power line, stay away and call 911, and also assume that all power lines still have electricity flowing through them, even if they don't spark or hum.
The storm, though, raising concerns about possible mudslides as well, especially in areas recently hit by wildfire.
LA County officials have issued evacuation orders for some Angelenos who live near those burn scar areas. Our Jennifer McGraw is live in Sun Valley with more. Hi, Jen.
Karine and Rick, this is one of the areas that is mandatory evacuation. Latuna Canyon. There are several others that are just advisories or warnings right now, but people who live in the burn scar areas really need to pay close attention, because the rain has just been consistent and relentless, and it will destabilize those burn scars.
Grave concerns over this wicked winter storm, flash floods, mudslides, and the loss of life.
So it's serious, very serious.
Due to past fires, the hillside is weak in Latuna Canyon, making for mandatory evacuations with heavy flooding and flowing debris. And getting out isn't easy. It's a predominantly equestrian community. Everyone must go.
This is crazy. We're with Ravensview Ranch, and Dan here, he's got like 5 Arabs that he rescued from a lady, and most of the horses here are rescues, so they're really, really old. It's very stressful for them and stressful for us because half of them don't want to load.
Around here, they're taking these evacuation orders seriously.
That's the most important thing, is that you evacuate early, and that way it's not just the animals' lives at risk, it's also everybody who's coming to help, the first responders.
Mayor Bass holding daily press conference stressing the importance of heeding these urgent warnings.
This storm is a serious weather event. This has the potential to be a historic storm, severe winds, thunderstorms, and even brief tornadoes.
Those living in the burn scar regions all need to be alert and ready to go.
Additional rainfall that is anticipated certainly presents greater concern than we've ever experienced before.
And in the valleys, people are preparing for major flooding and even trying to make light of a heavy situation.
What's up, Mr. T? I'm gonna get some sand. I'm getting some bags for myself and some of my neighbors.
Mr. T says it's important to help out his community and is doing just that.
Boy Scout again, always be prepared. Be prepared, fool.
Hopefully you have those sandbags already, but if you still need them, you can likely get them from your local fire department. I also wanted to mention there is an emergency evacuation order also in Malibu. Again, many of the other ones around our region right now are just warnings, but those could turn very quickly as this weather does too. We are live in Sun Valley. I'll send it back to you in Hollywood.
All right, Jennifer, thank you so much. LAUSD schools, they're going to stay open tomorrow despite the heavy rain and the possibility of flooding. At this hour, the superintendent, Alberto Carvalho, says that the district plans to keep all of the schools open as usual except Vinedale Elementary. That's over in Sun Valley. That all, as Jennifer just mentioned, could change. Officials plan to keep a very close eye on the storm. They'll update the public on any school closures over the next few days or so as the system continues to pass by. Meanwhile, classes at Cal State Fullerton and Cal State Northridge will be remote only. Tomorrow, the school staff is being encouraged to work from home.
Ventura County is also getting hit hard by the storm. Mandatory evacuation orders are still in place for those who live near Wheeler Springs. That's north of Ohala.
Yeah, and evacuation warnings are in effect just south of there as well. This is near Casita Springs and Foster Park. This is where emergency crews are anticipating a flash flood. Rachel Menitoff is live in Ventura with what looks like it's happening right now. Rachel.
Rick Kareen, that's right. We're in the Camp Chaffee area, which is under an evacuation warning. So people are standing by. They're ready to go in the event that they have to leave at a moment's notice. This is a low-lying area. We're right next to Coyote Creek, which tends to overflow when we get consistent rain like this. And that's exactly what's happened to this neighborhood right here behind us. You can see the road is closed. It is completely flooded. One person over here told us that at the very center of it, there's about 9 feet of water. No one's trapped inside their homes. Everyone who wanted to leave was able to get out safely. But of course, some of the concerns right now include flash flooding, debris flow, mudslides. Those are all things that people here are aware of. We just spoke to one of the residents over here. He's hunkering down inside, but he is concerned about water getting through his front door. Take a listen.
Right here, what you see now is about as bad as it gets. Now, occasionally the water will advance because the yard isn't graded very well, but it comes up sometimes 5 or 6 feet. It's never gone beyond that. I'm hoping that right now in this one it won't, because we don't want it going over the door sill and into the house.
And right now, Caltrans is monitoring a mudslide on State Route 33. Only one lane is able to get by it. This is between Matilaha Hot Springs Road and Lockwood Valley Road. There are a few evacuation orders in effect right now. You mentioned a couple of them, an order in unincorporated parts of Ojai, and then an RV park in the city of Ventura is also ordered to evacuate. Then there are several warnings and advisories. A warning means get ready, stand by, make sure your family and pets are ready to go and you have a plan in place just in case. You can go to vcemergency.com to see all of those updates. And if a warning is upgraded to an order, you'll see that online, and sheriff's deputies will also come through the area and let you know.
Typically, there is a sweep done by the sheriff's office, and we have a high-low siren that's put into effect. It's a very unique tone that we implemented a while back to let everyone know that there's an evacuation that's imminent. So if you hear that tone in your area when you're at home, that means the evacuation is going down. So.
And there is an emergency evacuation shelter open right now at Ventura College in the gym on Telegraph Road. The Office of Emergency Services is asking people to be aware and monitor these changing conditions, which can change in a second, especially if you're in flood-prone areas like this one. That's the very latest from Ventura County. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Rick Kareen, back to you in the studio.
Rachel, thank you. The severe weather, it's also disrupting air travel all across the region. Here locally, flight tracking website FlightAware is reporting more than 400 delays at LAX and 26 total cancellations. Meanwhile, Burbank is currently seeing 57 delays and 38 cancellations. At John Wayne, 77 flights have been delayed and 22 canceled at last check. And 36 delays and 11 cancellations are being reported at Ontario International Airport.
And you can track the storm right there at your home as it passes through the neighborhood just by going to ktla.com/weather or scan the QR code that you see up there on the screen. You'll find live interactive radar there, hour-by-hour forecasts, and more. We will also be bringing you special live coverage tomorrow morning starting at 3.